Hello, friends. This is your favorite life and relationship coach, Okwi, the Wealth Maestro. I want to say welcome to you and welcome to another powerful episode of Ace with Okwi. And this is a space where we learn, we grow, and we win together. Today we'll be concluding our thoughts on my words, my world. It has been an exciting time. If you've missed out on any of the episode, please go back to my YouTube page at Okwi W Maestro and you will find all the ones you've missed and several other topics so that you can catch up and understand what we'll be dealing with or handling today. So today we are answering a question that has been on people's minds, right? The question is, why is it that negative words seem to be more powerful than the positive ones? Now, this question came to light one of the days when I finished speaking somewhere. As I was about to leave, a lady walked up to me. I will call her name Martha. Martha walked up to me and was like, that she's frustrated. I said, what's frustrating you? What's the challenge? She said that it seems that all these positive words and positive confession that motivational speakers tell them to use, that they don't really work. That she has used them, done words of affirmation, stuck them on her mirror and all that, but things never changed. But the moment she sleeps and uses the negative word, it's as if everything comes to pass immediately. And she said, it seems that this positive word thing doesn't really work and it's not for her. So we began to talk. And so are most of the persons listening to me right now. They believe that this word thing we're talking about, negative words are the ones that hold sway and the positive ones don't have any powers at all. I'm going to give you two distinct reasons why it is so. And I want you to follow me very closely because what we'll be discussing today could actually bring a lot of liberation to you and to the people around you, right? The very first reason it seems as if negative words have more power than the positive is because of the wiring of our brains, the way God wired our brains. Right? Now, there are two major things that your brain is meant to do. First of one is to create safety for you. The second one is to help you to survive. Safety and survival. Those are the two things that your brain is majorly interested in helping you do. Right? It's not interested in growth. It's not interested in fulfillment. In psychology, we call it the negativity bias. Yeah. It's called the negativity bias. So your mind pays more attention to potential pain, danger, than it will pay to pleasure. Right? That's how God made it. Now you ask, why did God make it so? I wouldn't have all the time to delve into it, but your brain controls every part of your body. It controls your breathing, whether you're sleeping or awake. Right? So if God didn't make it so, what it means is that you can decide, I don't want to breathe again. Then your breath will stop and you will stop breathing. You can say, I don't want my digestive system to work again, and it will stop. But because God made them automated like that and set your brain to make sure nothing goes wrong with those things, that is why your brain is primarily interested in survival and in safety. Right? So let me give you some instance. I'm sure you've seen a child climbing a table. Maybe 8 months old, 1 year old, about that just started walking, and the child is trying to climb a table. As an adult in the house, do you know what happens to you? Your brain would naturally kick in with that safety wiring that it has. The next thing you tell the child is, you will fall, you will fall, you will fall. Question is, why didn't you think this child could actually be an athlete that should be climbing things and coming down from it, a gymnast and all that? Why didn't your brain think of that? No, your brain doesn't think about growth and fulfillment first. It thinks about safety. That's the first thing it thinks about, right? And then when you say you will fall to the child, it is encoded into the child so that anytime the child wants to take a step forward, guess what the brain says first? You will fall, you will fall. That's the first thing that the brain hears. You now see how words are formed, right? Fantastic. So Safety and survival is the primary thing. It is so wired that even when you achieve victories and successes, right? What still lingers longer in your brain are the failures, the uncertainties, and the fears that you have. Those are the things that linger in your brain the longest. Let me give you an instance. If you've read the Bible or you know the Bible stories, you would have heard about a man called Elijah, right? Powerful man. This guy is so powerful that single-handedly he stopped rain in the whole of Israel for 3.5 years. He's that powerful. That man is so powerful that he was able to call down fire to consume his enemies. Yes, he was able to do all that. But shortly after he called down fire to consume his enemies, guess what happened? The queen of the land threatened him and told him that he's going to cut off his head. Someone that powerful, guess what he did? He ran to go and hide. Why? Because fear is the very first thing in his mind. Safety is the first thing his brain will process. Even with all the powers he has, even with all the powerful things he's done, he still went to go and hide because a queen said, I'm going to cut off your head. You see how powerful your brain is and how it is wired, right? So that is why negative words feels to be louder, because they trigger fear, they trigger alertness, they trigger adrenaline in you, right? And then one thing that the brain doesn't need to be taught is how to safeguard you. No, it doesn't need to be taught that, right? And in saving you and safeguarding you, know what it does? It brings out all the negatives. What if this thing is going to go bad? So it tells you, take precaution, don't go close to it, don't do that. So negative words you don't need to learn. Why? Because the environment you live in and the wiring of your brain makes it a default setting in you. But guess what? Positive words would need to be learned and learned after you have unlearned the negative ones. You now understand why it's as if it takes a lot of time, because you must have to unlearn before you now learn the positive. That is number one reason. The second reason why it's as if your negative words are more powerful and more potent than the positive one is because of the power of your emotions. Emotion is what makes us humans. If you remove emotions, all of us will turn into robots and AI, right? Great. Now, studies have shown that there are about 2,000 ways that a human being can feel and express emotion. 2,000. That's how powerful emotion is, because that's what makes us human, right? The same study also shows that in a day, a human being will go through about 12 emotions in a day. 12 emotions every day. Guess what? Out of those 12 emotions that a human being will go through in a day, 8 of them are negative emotions, while 4 only are positive emotions. So do you now understand what is happening there? Yeah. So every word you speak carries emotion. Every word that leaves your mouth, it carries emotion. And it is emotion that gives it power. It's emotion that makes the words you speak come to reality. It's emotions, nothing else. It's emotion. So that's why when you are scared and you say something like, nothing would ever work for me, I don't know if I'm going to get this job, I think I'm falling sick, because it was spoken with an emotion that is default in you, fear. It happens immediately. But when you mindlessly say things like, it's well, all is well, I'm going to get the job, no emotions attached to it, it seemed not to happen. Do you understand the part that emotions play? So faith and fear are two sides of the same energy. Faith and fear. But the issue is that fear is the default setting. So when you speak, because your brain, remember the brain again, is wired to save you. And one of the things it does is to question everything in fear. So when you speak, fear is the attendant emotion that is readily available, rather than the faith that you need to learn. So the word spoken with fear happens faster than the one spoken out of faith. Another example that could help you. I'm sure you've heard about a man called Job that lived way before lots of persons that live today. Yeah, that story is also in the Bible. You could check it out. Job is someone that God himself said is an upright man. God himself said that Job is a man of integrity. Job was powerful. But all of a sudden, things began to go bad for Job. It was as if everything was going down in a spiral form, uncontrollably. If you read the story, you will hear that as he was standing at a spot, one person came with bad news, and before he finished the bad news, another person came with another bad news, another one, and just in that moment in time, everything about Job went from 100 to 0. A lot of persons have said different things that could have caused it. But there is something I noticed, and I'm going to share with you. Because he said it himself. Every other thing we are saying are just assumptions. The one he said himself is the one I want to share with you. Job said that what he greatly feared has come upon him. He started talking about the things that he greatly feared. And at some point he said, and I wasn't even quiet about the things that I greatly feared. So you see that in play again. He wasn't quiet about them, so he was speaking words mixed with fear, and all of a sudden it came to pass. Even with his uprightness, even with his integrity, that law of life cannot be removed. Right? So imagine when that time you feel sick in your body and you go like, I don't want to be sick, I don't want to be sick. Hello, do you know what you've just done? Because you touched yourself and you felt a little bit warmer than usual. First thing that will happen in your brain is that fear will kick in. Then you say, I don't want to be sick. Your brain is not hearing, I don't want to be sick. Your brain is hearing, I need to do something now. I need to do something now. So because it is mixed with fear, it comes to pass. It happens. So this evening, I won't tell you these reasons. I'm done with the reasons. I won't tell you all these reasons and not give you a solution. I'll give you another solution, right? So what is the solution? Saying positive things isn't enough. No, it's not. Because your words must sound believable to your heart. Must. So the real power that you need starts when your belief and your emotion align. So the question you ask me this evening is, okay, how do I align my belief and my emotion? Because emotion is the one that is a bit tricky in aligning. I'm going to show you. I'm going to tell you about it now. There is a great man that's a distant mentor of mine. His name is Bob Proctor. He actually died some years ago, but his materials have been, it has helped me in changing my own life. It can also help you if you find him on YouTube, right? Now, he taught us the best way to attach emotions to our statement. And he said that the best way to attach your emotion to your statement is through gratitude. Through what? Gratitude. Yes. So he taught us a line that you can use in saying positive things to yourself. He said, I am happy and grateful now that, add up whatever you want to add. So let's say that you are sick. I am happy and grateful now that I am regaining my health. I am happy and grateful now. Let's say you don't have money, right? I am happy and grateful now that I am learning how to make, how to manage, and how to multiply money. Did you get that? I am happy, emotion. I am grateful, emotion. Two positive emotions that come together, that now I am beginning something. Remember that you're not saying that I am rich. No. Instead, you're saying something, a truth that is close to the reality you're having right now. That is the truth that you are expressing. By the time you start expressing it, please stay consistent with it. Don't stop. Remember that it is repetition that happened even before you learned how to speak that encoded the words, negative words, inside you. It will also take repetition of the positive for you to change it. Now, picture a cup that is filled with dirty water, right? If you begin to pour clean water into it, it will take some time before all the dirt in the water will leave and the cup will turn clean. Do you understand that? That's exactly how your mind works. It is filled with negative words now, but as you keep saying the positive, give it time, keep saying it. Even when it seems as if it's not coming through, that you're not seeing the reality, keep at it, keep saying it. If you keep doing that, what you're doing is that you're washing out the dirt and replacing it with clean words. At some point, you will see that it will begin to manifest in your life, right? Now, if this episode has spoken to you, please, I want you to share it with someone, because you might be saving a life or helping to reshape a person's destiny. And please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube page if you have missed out on some other materials. There are beautiful things out there that you can actually join and listen to. It's at OQW Maestro. On all social media handles, you will find me on at OQW Maestro. That's where you're going to find me. All right? And I want you to join this community of intentional achievers of clear success. Remember, your word creates your world. So speak like a builder that wants to build a future that you and your generation will be happy about. Do take care of yourself, and God bless you.